If you've watched my videos in the past and considered applying to drive for Walmart, consider using me as a referral. A referral will get you a call back faster. Use this information here on the screen, copy this, and use it on your application when applying. All you have to do is go to this website right here, driveforwalmart.com. That's the number 4, walmart.com. And look for the location that you'd like to work at. As long as you live within 250 miles of the DC, then you can apply for it. There'll be an apply button at the bottom. And as usual, whether you use me as a referral or not, I invite you to send me an email if you have any questions or you need any help. And I'd be glad to help. That's why I made this channel in the first place. So it's been a while since I've taken you guys for a ride to show you what's happening here for my work week. Anyway, today is, what's the first week in March? Well, just starting the second week. And I haven't worked a full week since New Year's. If you've been following the channel, you know I was doing the stores in the rental car, doing the video and buying the stores and all that. So anyway, done with that. Back in the truck on my way to Hermiston. We had the time change this morning, so I had to do a little math in my head before coming here, but that worked out great. And so, yeah, the weather is supposed to hold out until Tuesday night, and then I think we get some snow over the passes at that point. I go home on Thursday, so yeah, let's see what happens. So do this work week, and you can follow along and check out how this is done. Currently on driveforwalmart.com, there are some positions that are worth noting here. $10,000 sign-on bonuses in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, Menominee, Wisconsin, Ottawa, Kansas, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Toma, Wisconsin. And these are just to name a few that have $10,000 sign-on bonuses currently. And there are many other jobs that are probably close to the area you live in. Just check it out on drive4walmart.com. So there's the end of day one. Not a whole lot to talk about. Just went from Red Bluff up to Hermiston. It was a relay. Basically, somebody picked that up, probably down in Colton, I think it was. And then they brought it up to Red Bluff, dropped it off, and then I grabbed it and took it the rest of the way. So that was 538 miles. And then when I got to Hermiston, they gave me a Richland, which is about 40 miles. So altogether, what is that? 583 miles, I think it was, total for the day. Not too bad. On the first day, you don't get paid a layover because you don't get paid for your layover until the next day. And so that means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or they're not the actual days, but I mean, those are the ones you get layover, and then the first day, there's no pay for it. So altogether, made $449 and some change. Not too bad. If I had the layover pay, that would have been $42, and that would have been $491 or something like that. And so $449, I'm good with that for my first day out. Not bad at all. Basically, I got an empty and then parked it here at the back of the store, and then they got me going empty back to Hermiston in the morning. So not a bad deal. Pretty good start of the week. We'll see how tomorrow goes. But hey, it was a nice ride up here. Lots of wildlife. Things are looking pretty green now that it's been warming up a little bit. And yeah, so I'll see you in the morning. Left the store this morning. Had it empty. Yeah, lightly raining. Nothing big, really. Went back to Hermiston. They had second truck Puyallup, Washington, which is good. Just straight running all the way out, 82 out to the 90, and then over the 18 and over on that side of the mountains. But should get good miles today. So far it's sunny. I think it said there was a chance of snow up on Snoqualmie, but shouldn't be a problem. Actually, I'm really enjoying the weather right now. I better enjoy it while it lasts. I was listening this morning to the weather on my way back A lot of times when we leave Hermiston and we head back to Red Bluff, a lot of times we're empty or it's a really light load. And they were saying down, getting closer back to Red Bluff and the passes there, they were going to have 70-mile-an-hour winds. So not exactly thrilled about that, but you know, it is just one thing at a time. I'll deal with it when I get down that way. But as of now, I'm just enjoying this. Full speed ahead, nice clear weather, not too bad on the traffic. So we'll see what happens with today. They'll either give me a backhaul that heads back to Red Bluff, or most likely they'll just head me back over to Hermiston or over to the pallet yard or something like that, which is great because usually when that happens, you can get well over 600 miles in a day, or at least a little over. So yesterday I was close. I was 583. So yeah, if I can get over 600 miles today, that'll be 2 good days and 3 to go. So we'll see. So it turns out that it was actually a pretty good day up here on Snoqualmie. This is Snoqualmie Pass here, and pretty much sunny. Got snow on the side of the road. Just a nice drive overall. But I did want to mention this. When looking at the jobs on drivetowardwalmart.com, one of the things to pay attention to is that some of these locations are either grocery, or they may be what we consider like a drop yard, or others could be an actual general merchandise. And I'm noticing that it's not really telling you. So you may need to talk to a recruiter for something like this to find out. For example, the Cheyenne, Wyoming, I know that that's a grocery yard and it doesn't show that it's groceries. Groceries means you're going to be doing a lot more like live unloading and that kind of thing. Centralia, I know that's a drop yard, so you'll be pulling a lot of loads out of there that could be GM or grocery, just depends. And then I see a Hermiston, Oregon here. Again, it doesn't indicate whether it's GM or not. GM is where it's just general merchandise, and so there'll be a lot more drop and hook. So that's something you need to ask a recruiter or somebody to find out. And my best advice is go for a GM, but I'm kind of partial to that. So I'm at Puyallup, Washington, and it's kind of a strange store. You got your grocery docks over here, and there's 4 of them. And then over here, sorry about the noise. Over here, you got 2 more docks. I'm parked in front of one of them. So a little bit odd. Normally, these would be on the opposing side of the store, or they'd be facing each other. So a little bit different than what I'm used to. So I dropped the second truck, which is 1600 delivery. It's like noon right now. Grabbed the empty, and yeah, they got me going down to Red Bluff empty. I know that sounds kind of wild, but we actually do quite a few empty miles. There could be a whole bunch of different reasons. Could be that there's weather coming and they need more people down there because a lot of them may get stuck on the mountain. Could just be that things are going to slow down up here. They have too many drivers, need to shift them. There's no telling. But even if I worked my whole week up here, I'd still end up probably going back empty. It's like 599 miles from here to Red Bluff. But you know, a long time ago, stopped questioning that kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't matter for me. It all pays the same. And well, Walmart's got it figured out with whatever they're going to do. But as far as getting the miles in, that won't be a problem. Definitely probably getting well over 600 today. You know, I've said it before, the miles aren't that important. I mean, they're important, but activity really means a lot too. It's like today, the only activity I'm going to have is just here at the store. And then the activity, well, this morning when I got the trailer there in Hermiston. So not a lot. It's all drop and hook, but it's still going to come out to a pretty good day. I'm sure of it. So all I got to do now is just drive as far as I can. And then tomorrow I'll be into Red Bluff. Oh, somewhere around noon, I suppose. You know, I don't mind that this is what's happening because there snow doesn't bother me, but they say there's going to be some pretty high winds that'll be blowing in tomorrow night. So yeah, I'm totally fine with getting past all that. I'll go through any snow you can throw at me, but I don't like the wind. So no, I'm good with that. We'll see what happens. So off I go. You know, I'm not a big fan of truck stops, but I do like the space age here. Exit 52, by I-5. I know it's pretty new. Seems really new anyway. This thing's got everything. I love this area over here. All the cool knives, weird helmets. Hey, if you ever wanted to drink out of a horn, you have a selection here of horns to drink out of. Tons of stuff to drink. Hey, they even got a crispy, crunchy chicken and an AMW, All-American Food Restaurant. Overall, it's just got a bunch of different things. Unique stuff. I mean, not that there's anything big and valuable there, just unique things that you don't see at like a Pilot or a Flying J or something. And I'll be honest, I kind of miss that. 23 years ago, when I started doing this, it was the last of the original truck stops that were unique and had clothing and toys and, you know, novelty items and just a bunch of goofy stuff. And it seemed cool in the beginning when Pilots and Flying J's and Loves all start taking over. You know, the convenience, easy in, fancy parking lots. At first it seemed cool, but it didn't seem very cool anymore. Actually, I hate it. Same old place, same old food. Get your stuff and then get out. That's what they want. Versus truck stop with variety, you know, that just has something unique going on, is a lot more interesting. Now, by no means is the space age anything like it was in the old days, but the basic idea is still there. That's why I like going here. Okay, day is done. So today would be my Tuesday, but it's actually Monday. Anyway, I went ahead and shut it down an hour early. Came here to the 216. They call it the Pioneer Villa. I've been coming here for years. It's a big dirt parking lot. There's some paved parking. They got a little restaurant there, and that's a good place to stop up here in Oregon when you're on the I-5. Anyway, past here, I would have liked to have made it to Rice Hill, but I wouldn't have made it, and there's really nowhere good to stay. I mean, there's a couple of places, but I don't want to stay at any of them places, so I just shut her down 1 hour early. What'd I get? 541 miles. I made $454. So I kind of gave up. I don't know, $30, $40, something like that. No big deal. I don't care. It'd be better to have a nice place to stay at night than park in some funky spot where it's not safe and, you know, possibly not get a parking spot. Anyway, so I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long, long time. I used to go into this restaurant all the time back in the day, and, you know, back in the day, I never went to like truck stops to get food or anything like that. I always went to restaurants. That was just pretty much everybody did that. It was mostly just go to restaurants. And at some point it got too expensive. There wasn't as many restaurants as there used to be, and that just kind of went away. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna go in and check this place out. I haven't been in here, and it's been years. Used to be a time that I showed up here at least a couple times a week back in the day before Walmart. So let's go inside and see what they got to eat. Well, now I remember why I don't go to restaurants anymore. It gets too expensive. Well, let's see what's on the menu here real quick. Well, what I would normally get would be the 8-ounce New York with eggs. They want $19 for that. And I saw a sign up front that said they're charging for like a surcharge on the eggs because of, I guess, the shortage or the bird flu or whatever. No, I think we're going to go for dinner. Yeah, that home-style pot roast looks pretty good. You know, I'm just going to get what I used to get all the time, a New York steak. Well, it looks like the only New York they have is an 8-ounce sandwich, so maybe I'll switch it over to a ribeye. So ribeye, 12-ounce, $27. Add $8 for 3 battered shrimp. Yeah, I'm going to get that. Get a baked potato with all the fixings and side salad with blue cheese. All right, that's it. See what it looks like. Okay, the salad is here. It's just a side salad, comes with the meal. All right, dinner is served. Let's dig into this, see what it's like. Well, I ordered it up a medium rare. So let's see how it turned out. Not too bad. See what it tastes like. Pretty good. Let me try that with a little bit of horseradish flavor here. Good horseradish. Ooh. Wow. All right. So then let's try a little bit of one of these shrimps. Not bad. Pretty tasty. Well, onward I go. Now I'm down here at Seven Feathers, exit 99 here in Oregon. I had that big old meal last night, that big old steak and everything, and yeah, I got up a little bit later today, so had to change my ETD. Super important. If you end up waking up late or sleeping in or whatever, change your ETD. Otherwise, it will screw you because they're going to want to know why you weren't there when you said you'd be. So took care of that, and that's okay. I can always shut down a little bit early to try to make up for getting up late. I can't stand working into the night. It is not my thing at all. Generally, I like to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and work early morning hours, and then, shut it down when the sun's going down kind of time. But yeah, if you ever come by the Seven Feathers down here, yeah, check out the cannolis over at the coffee shack in there. Pretty good. So I guess I'm off the hook here when it comes to the food, but I'm just kind of relaxing this week. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, onward we go, and we'll see what they got for me. I have a little over 4 hours when I get back to Red Bluff. So hopefully they don't send me over Donner Pass. It's supposed to be a couple of feet of snow up there tomorrow. My only main concern is that I go home on Thursday. I really don't want to be stuck on a closed road instead of heading home. So hopefully we don't go that way, and hopefully they don't send me north, because I hear the winds are going to be pretty treacherous coming there past Weed and all that. So hoping for the best. Okay, so it is the 4th day. I'm here in Grants Pass, and got a load to Eugene, Oregon, which is good. And then they've already got me dispatched to come back. So Eugene, Oregon, and back. I'll probably be back tonight. Maybe an hour left. We'll see. But as far as yesterday went, on my 3rd day, went 586 miles. I shut her down 30 minutes early. Because past Grants Pass, there really isn't any good place to park. And I had to do some shopping anyway, so went in and got a few groceries and bought a little something for my wife. So, yeah. Hey, no taxes buying an organ. So, let's see here. Estimated days earnings, $472.01. Right now my ADP is $493.26. So, about $20, $21 short of what my ADP is. Not bad. That's great. 586 miles. And if I'd have went that extra 30 minutes, and that probably would have been the 600 and some odd mile range. So not a bad day. Actually, not a bad week. Because the day before yesterday, I actually shut down a whole hour early. It still did pretty good. So this is just me, not rushing, not pushing it. Yeah, pretty normal. I don't generally push things to the max, try to get every minute of driving time in or try to make every last dollar. But the goal is to deliver the freight and not get in an accident. So, if it means a little less money, I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Pretty late for me. I like to get going like around 4:35, but that's okay. Moving on, we'll see if we have a storm coming in here tonight. So I got to go over the Siskiyous, which is a mountain pass on I-5 there in Oregon, bordering with California, and then another smaller mountain pass, or Mount Shasta. They call it Black Butte Summit. And so it only says 1 to 3 inches of snow. So I'm not too concerned about that, really. More concerned about the fact that it's got 30 and 35 mile an hour wind gusts. That's not too awful bad, but that's enough to be concerned over. So, because I'll be empty. I'm coming back empty. So, well, let's get to it. So about 60 miles before I got to the Eugene store, I seen this pickup getting on the freeway. Didn't think too much of it. Figured I probably wouldn't see any more of him. But then I seen this in the distance. It almost seems like he spun out and then that truck had to go around him and then clipped his front end. Yeah, bad day there for sure. So the driver's waiting there on the side for the cops, I guess. Anyway, came into the Eugene store here. It's kind of tight. A little road that comes in here where everybody likes to drive on it, and a lot of times they have to stop so you can go through, but no big deal. Go straight to the docks, and this is the store where you have ramps you have to pull up on, and all the docks are all together here. Well, I arrived here at the Eugene store, and this is one of the stores where I guess you call it a ramp store. Basically, are these portable metal ramps. You gotta pull up on them. In this particular store, you have to pull the axles and pull up on them. So let's see how that went. Some of the stores have like lines on the ground, so you can put the ramps, where they're supposed to go. This one actually had some lines on the ground, but a lot of times there are no lines. So just actually know they pulled. And basically you want the back tire on the ramp. So it's kind of important to get it in the right spot, otherwise it could fall in the hole here. There is a little gap here, but anyway, point is that this is at the right height. So we're good to go then. I got claims going back to Red Bluff. Claims are picked up all through every store in the United States, and they go to a claims center. Our claims center is down in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and so somebody will be taking this the rest of the way, but I'm just taking it to Red Bluff. So the thing about claims trailers is they'll always be pulled away from the dock about this far. Now it's a claims trailer. They'll have a seal on it, and the paperwork's inside. So you break the seal, and the paperwork will be right here. So you need to have a seal to replace this one, and then write it down on the paperwork. Okay, we're back to Red Bluff. Did the Eugene and came back. Pretty windy up there in Weed. Get tossed around real good. Kind of felt like Noah's Ark was going to pass me up any moment with all the rain. But no big deal, made it back. So tomorrow's my go home day, and it looks like there's a little bit of wait time. Generally, this kind of thing happens when you get a bunch of weather or something like that. And so I'm just hanging out here. So let's take a look at what our new dispatch is here. But I gotta hit the button here. So it looks like I have a Red Bluff, or here in Red Bluff, to the West Sacramento yard. So that's the pallet yard. So I'm assuming I'm taking pallets down. I'd actually have to look at the actual dispatch here to see. Oh, let's see here. So it's got a load and a trailer going down there. So that's that. Yeah, it's giving me a trailer number and a load number. So I'm taking pallets down to the pallet yard, and then of course I won't make it down there tonight. I'll be doing that in the morning, and then yeah, they'll give me whatever and come back here, and then I'll be done for the week. So there you go. We'll update on what's happening here on my Thursday, and as usual, I'll come up with what I made today, and then tomorrow, of course, most likely will be a short day, and I'll come up with that. So that way, you can all take a look at what the possibilities are of working here, and it really is a good job. I'm trying to help you all out by just being open with what I make, what I do, you know, where I went, how it went, all of that. I wish I could film every little tiny bit, but I just, I don't have time for that. It really makes the job harder to walk around with a camera constantly, like when I'm hooking and unhooking the trailer and walking in to get my paperwork. And I mean, the amount of editing would just be a nightmare. And I mean, do you really want to see me walk to the door, to go in and get my paperwork? Or do you want to watch me drop and hook each trailer throughout every single day? I think it can get a little boring. I mean, if you see me drop a trailer and hook another one, or slide a tandem, or get in and out of the truck or something once, then you've seen enough. I mean, it's all the same. So basically my videos are just guiding you to, like I said, this is what I did, this is where I went, this is how much money I made, this is how many miles I got, this is the difficulties, this is what was easy. And yeah, I mean, that should tell the story pretty good. So hope you guys are liking it, and I will be back probably tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'll let you know the rest. Okay, the end of day 4, so it's my Thursday. So I think I said it earlier. If I didn't, I'll say it now. I got it at a Red Bluff with a pallet load. Basically, it was a small bit of wait time, like 10-15 minutes. And so they gave me a pallet load down to the pallet yard down in West Sacramento, and I go home tomorrow. So I made it down here to Williams, and not a bad day. 574 miles and $486.87. So not too bad. So each day I've been making in the high 400s, or at least mid 400s, and each day I've shut her down early. I mean, I forgot what yesterday was. 45 minutes, might have been an hour, and then like an hour on the other day. I don't remember, but whatever it is, today I shut her down 40 minutes early and still made 486. So I mean, that's pretty good. Hopefully tomorrow, it's something short and I go home. I'm not really into working all day, but if they got a bunch of stuff to do, I'll do it. But we've had a little wait time at our McCarran DC, and then Well, today it was a little bit of wait time. Like I said, it was like 15 minutes, really. By the time I walked in, walked out, and then walked back in again, something had came through. So, yep, that's the end of day 4. So I will catch you in the morning. So this time of year, we have to pick up soil, or as we call it, dirt, and it's bags of potting soil or fertilizer and things like that. Usually we can pick them up at a facility that's pretty clean, pretty easy. But a couple of times, or a couple of different places we go to, and in a rainy season like this, it gets pretty mucky. And I think a lot of people deal with this throughout the country. Here in Walmart, going to pick up soil, where they actually bag it, becomes quite the mucky mud mess. I don't have footage further in on this, but further at the back of this place, it was at least ankle deep. Just what I needed right before I went home. All right, that's the end. So that's what a typical week looks like. I was pretty lax this week. I didn't mind shutting it down just early, just about every day. Did pretty good. So the roundup for the 5 days. Today's only a portion of a day. I went down to Linden and picked up, we call it dirt, but it's just like potting soil and that kind of thing. It's Scott's Miracle Grow. We ended up waiting around there quite a while, and so it's pretty normal to only get so many miles in a day. I think today I only got 341. It's hard to find something to turn when, you've only got a few hours left or whatever. So I'm going to go through some of these numbers with you. So I earned PTO, paid time off, at the rate of, I think I'm at $4.93 a day right now. If I take time off, that's when I'll get paid for a full day's wages any day I take off. And so I earn a little bit of this PTO each day. So this week, so on my Monday, I earned 0.194. On my Tuesday, I earned 0.181. Wednesday, 0.185. My Thursday, 0.182. And then, that's kind of strange. It actually shows that I earned, for today, 0.194. Maybe it's just because of the activity and stuff I did. But anyway, so on my Monday, and I'll show you these numbers here. We have a website we can log into, and we can find out what our ADP is, average day pay, and then find out what we got paid for the day by just pulling up whatever's going on in the pay period. So that's what I'm reading over here. So my ADP stayed the same all week, $4.93 and 26 cents. What I actually made on my Monday was $449.08, in which there's no layover paid on that first day, so I'm missing out on $42. On my Tuesday, I made $454.02. On my Wednesday, I made $472.01. On my Thursday, I made $486.87. And then today I only made $357.54, which is fine. I'd rather go home early. And I haven't added all those numbers up, but stayed over 450 every single day, except for Monday, but it was 449, so it was right there. And didn't make up to my ADP. Got close, though. I think, what is that? Yesterday I made 486, so that was within a few dollars of my ADP. Not bad. So, typical week, a little lax. Like I said, I shut it down early a few times, and most of the time I do that because I just want a good place to park, a safe place to park, a place where there's good internet, a restroom that I can use, and that kind of thing. I prefer the Walmarts, but I mean, a lot of times that means you're going to shut down way early, or you're going to be trying to push it to the last minute to trying to get to a Walmart. So unless you're in a big city, then you're good. But Anyway, went up to Hermiston, Oregon. What did I do up there? I don't remember everything I did. I know I went over to Puyallup, and then came down and did some stuff down here. It's amazing how you don't remember, but finished it off today with going down to London, down to the Scott's Miracle Grow. So, that's not a hard week. That's easy. I mean, I think most of this was not long distance driving, but I mean, pretty solid driving for the day. Driving up to Hermiston and then back. Driving to over one of those stores there, it's like half a day there, half a day back if I do any of that. And then down here, it's a couple 100 miles, 300 miles, on going different places. So, I mean, I like that. It has a mix of I want to get out of the truck and do something versus just sit here all day. I've said it before in my other videos. Occasionally, they'll give me a load where I'll leave Washington State and then I'll go all the way down to, what's the name of that DC? Basically down there by Las Vegas. Hurricane, Utah. We have a DC down there. And so that's a solid, like, just sitting there all day long driving. And I did that several months back, and I thought, man, this is miserable. I couldn't stand sitting there and driving that long. And the idea that you're going to make so much more money, like, oh, well, I got to get those miles. Yeah, that's all a bunch of bull because I drove my butt off, exhausted at the end of the day. And the pay that I just told you right now each day for this week, yeah, it's about the same because we don't get paid just miles. We get paid for miles, activity, sleeping, everything we do, we get paid for. And so when you try to apply the normal truck driver logic of how many miles you get, how much you get paid a mile, it doesn't work here. You get paid for everything you do. So you can do pretty darn good stopping a bunch of times or not. Either way. So there's your week. There's my week. And hopefully you guys learned something from that. And I will catch you guys next time.